the world of rugby, where Nigeria's Stallions finished 7th at the African Men's Rugby Sevens tournament in Mauritius after defeating Ghana 19-12 in their final classification match. Now, the result is an improvement from last year's 11th place finish from the Nigerian squad. Nigeria's tournament campaign was hampered by key player injuries throughout the competition. The Stallions, who won 2 games and lost 4 over the course of the event. Nigeria opened with a 5-17 loss to eventual champion South Africa, then bounced back with a 29-12 victory over Burkina Faso. They narrowly lost to Zambia 7-14, but still qualified for the quarterfinals. And of course, Kenya eliminated Nigeria 43-12 in the quarterfinals, sending the Stallions to the classification rounds. Now, South Africa's Blitzboks claimed the championship with a dominant 28-12 victory over Madagascar in the finals. Zimbabwe upset Kenya 21-19 to secure the bronze medal in Port Louis. Now, joining us to talk about the performance of the Nigeria Stallions is the Chief Operating Officer, Nigeria Rugby Football Federation, Babatunde Delu, joins us this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, and thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'd like you to assess Nigeria's performance at the just concluded event in Mauritius, finishing 7th place in this year's tournament compared to last year, especially with the razzmatazz, the preparations, and a wonderful jersey to grace the tournament.
Yeah, we really should give kudos to the Stallions, the players, the coaching crew, and also the board of the Nigerian Rugby Football Federation for this outing. At the last edition, we placed 11th, and we have actually gone a step ahead by placing 5th in this edition. We had 8 foreign players coming and 4 local players competed for Nigeria, for the Stallions in this competition. And I believe going forward, this is going to be the template for Nigeria to actually improve in men's sevens in rugby. And then from there, we can take it to the 10s and the 15 categories of rugby.
All right, Nigeria managed 2 wins out of 6 games. What positives can be drawn from the victories, particularly the win against Ghana? And do you think that Nigeria will one day compete against the very best from Africa, considering that we're still struggling with the sevens, and then we have the rugby, which of course comprises of the required number of players, and we know that the Springboks have also shown their class when it comes to that stage. Where do you see Nigeria in the next few years, and what can we draw from this tournament? I mean, the positives.
Even from the first match, when we played against the Blitzboks, that's what they call their sevens team, that's the South African team. They are the world champions when it comes to 15s, and they're also a very formidable side when it comes to sevens. From the very first match, where we lost to South Africa by 5 points to 17 points, you could see that the Nigerian squad has really improved from where we were a couple of years ago. And also take into consideration, we must also not forget that we just came back from a lengthy international ban, and going to this competition in 3 years, we'll be able to go from 11th to 5th. So that means there's a lot of potential in the team, and there's a lot of potential in Nigeria when it comes to the game of rugby. I always say, and I say strongly everywhere I go, that rugby is a sport that we're overlooking in Nigeria. It has tremendous potential in terms of putting Nigeria out there in the world of rugby. Rugby is an international sport. It's an exportable sport. It's a sellable sport. It's a very commercial sport. And if Nigeria begins to tap into it, I believe that we are going to, in a couple of years, qualify for the World Cup, which is our medium-term goal, and then aspire to even win the World Cup. Other countries in Africa, especially South Africa, say it that Nigeria is a sleeping giant, and they know that the day we take rugby serious, they will be in trouble. And that is our goal and our objective. In the next couple of years, maybe in the next 4 to 5 World Cup editions, Nigeria should be in the very final, aiming to win the World Cup of rugby.
All right, you've talked about what needs to be done, how you hope to see Nigeria come back to take the world by storm. But some of us, I mean, like myself and other viewers who would like to, look at the realistic ways this can be achieved. We talked about the fact that we just came out from a ban. Aside the league, what do you think that the Rugby Federation can do to further push the drive and push that, that project towards reclaiming the Africa or getting to the top in Africa and, of course, dominate the world?
Yeah, it's not about it's not just about what the federation can do, it's what the federation is already doing and the plans. We have numerous grassroots programs, and they are aimed both for the male child and the female child. And we have various, quite a number of coaches who are local coaches, now, who are undergoing certifications and trainings with World Rugby and Rugby Africa. And all that put together with the fact that we are naturally skilled for this sport. We have people who are, Nigerians are fast, we are strong, we have great stamina, so we are built for this sport. And if you can tap from the grassroots and take it from what I call the playground to the podium approach, where we can harness potentials from schools, from secondary schools, from primary schools, then we can begin to look at Nigeria being a powerhouse in rugby in the next decade.
All right. We also look forward to that. And away from the development and preparations of what the Rugby Federation is doing and what they have to do, I would like to ask you a question about this jersey. Is it true that to get the replica of the jersey of the Nigeria Stallions, you need to have 150,000 naira to buy the replica? How true is this report and information?
Well, I cannot confirm that, but there's been no pricing put to it. And for what we know, authentic jerseys anywhere in the world are very expensive. Authentic jerseys, the original versions anywhere cost between $100. That if you have to put everything in it, if you have to put your name on it and all that, costs between $100 to $110 actually. But when the official pricing is out, everybody will see it and then we'll be able, I'm sure, to afford it and buy it.
All right, we hope we can be able to afford it. All right, but I want to say a big thank you to you, Babatunde Delu, for your quality time. We look forward to rugby taking Africa by storm, and of course, maybe the next time we'll talk, it will be about what rugby is doing at the moment and how they've been able to achieve what they've set out to achieve. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
All right, the Nigeria Stallions right there will be back home, and of course, they'll be counting the positives and negatives, the losses, and hoping to learn from there, in subsequent editions of the tournament.